exclusive is Union Women and Child Development Minister Smriti Irani. Thank you very much, Ms. Smriti Irani, for speaking with Times Now. You are in Wayanad right now, and the Member of Parliament from Wayanad who you had defeated in Amethi, recently videos going viral on social media show him at a wedding in Nepal. The BJP has picked up this issue on a huge scale, making it a big political deal. Do you think, once again, Mr. Rahul Gandhi caught in absentia from India while he continues to tweet about the problems in India?
I think why Mr. Gandhi chooses to go from Kerala to Kathmandu is a personal choice. It would be beneath my dignity to comment on a viral video about him at a club. But I am here today in the capacity of somebody who is positioned to review aspirational districts and performances of various welfare schemes of the Government of India. I am grateful that today the Wayanad District Administration in its review highlighted many challenges and assured me that they will be met with timely solutions. Why the Wayanad MP is missing in action is a question that he is better positioned to answer.
Ms. Smriti Irani, are you saying that in Wayanad nobody ever mentioned the fact that the Member of Parliament from Wayanad not quite available in the constituency? In fact, there are issues of scheduled castes and tribes and the large population that need several things to be done in that particular constituency itself. Do you think you got any feedback on
Yes.
how the Member of Parliament was treating his own constituency?
Well, I can only say this on behalf of the district administration that spoke to me, that out of the 1,90,000 households, there are only about 50,000 households which have a tap connection. Close to 1,40,000 households, to be precise 1,35,000 households in Wayanad do not have a water tap connection. When I asked whether this issue has ever come up so that work can be expedited, I was told that the district, by the district authorities, that the MP of Wayanad has never brought up the issue with them. So yes, I think that your channel has also covered many challenges that are being faced by the local tribal population. There is widespread sickle cell anemia. Screening of anemia is abysmal currently. It is a fact that has been accepted by the district administration. However, assurances have been given that these issues now will be dealt with. There is an issue with regards to health needs of the populace of Wayanad, which are not being met adequately. The medical college in Wayanad is, I believe, a topic of much debate, in fact much controversy. There has been an admission by the district administration that even institutional delivery of pregnant women in the district is challenged by the fact that out of the 4 public hospitals, only 1 is deemed fit as per the Lakshya guidelines of the Ministry of Health for safe delivery of children. That there have been many incidents of malnourishment, that the skill development officer today admitted that skill development, particularly of the youth, is a challenge. Not much has been done on it. I was particularly shocked that for the differently abled, in fact, there was 0 skill development which was made available. However, the intent of the review was to ensure that various facets of governance comes together. And in my meeting of the review of all these schemes, which varied from health and nutrition, education to agriculture, or to the matter of even infrastructure, I have been told by the district administration that they accept that these challenges exist. It is because of these challenges that this district has been deemed an aspirational district. However, I did share my experience that I had been before this to the district called Fatehpur in Uttar Pradesh. Both these districts, the similarity is that in the year 2018, Fatehpur was ranked at 111. Today, Fatehpur is at number 8. and Wayanad, which was at 112. Today, if you just look at the health and nutrition index, you will see that it is at rank 108. As of February 2022. So the district administration was requested that since 3 years have gone by and there are still plenty of challenges that are yet to be met with solutions, it is time to pull up our socks and work together to ensure that the Prime Minister's intention that this program ensures that infrastructurally those districts are lagging behind are strengthened, that purpose is met and ease of living of our citizens is enhanced.
Well, Ms. Smriti Irani, you've spoken very eloquently about the problems that Wayanad is facing and its ranking. But the question I want to ask you, and I'm asking you this specifically because you've been called the giant killer of Amethi. At a time when Mr. Rahul Gandhi on several occasions has used social media.
Giant, and I've always said it.
Mr. Rahul Gandhi has often used social media to point fingers at the Modi government at the center, whether it is the fuel price hike, whether it is the series of violence that have been reported on Ram Navami and since then, and today itself in Jodhpur, communal clashes breaking out. He said it is because of the hate spread by the BJP government or the BJP as a party, and of course the fact that you're looting everybody, especially the common man, through the fuel price hike. Do you think you have a message for Mr. Gandhi in Kathmandu today?
Well, Mr. Gandhi has always lived in political denial, a political denial which does not help him or his cause in any particular fashion. I believe, Ms. Kumar, you recently interviewed a gentleman who was called upon by the Gandhi family to profess certain strategies. Now, imagine a sinking ship where they're asking a strategist as to how they set their houses in order. Now, a person or a family in need of help themselves, how can they possibly be in a political position or an administrative position to help anybody else for that matter? Insofar as Mr. Rahul Gandhi and his finger pointing at the center, for that matter, particularly Narendra Modi, there's an old Hindi adage कि एक उंगली किसी पे आप अगर तोहमत लगाते हो तो चार उंगली आपकी तरफ है. Today, the dismal state of affairs in the state of Rajasthan, particularly with regards to law and order, is something that Rahul Gandhi will always maintain a silence on. Today, the issues that are confronting Wayanad is something possibly Rahul Gandhi is also not aware of, let alone him trying to work towards a solution. With regards to even the price hike or of the fuel rise that he talks about, when did Mr. Rahul Gandhi last work towards ensuring that the VAT in his state where he is an MP is reduced? So this is a politician who in absentia has limited himself to 140 characters, and the tragedy is, and the benefit for us in the Bharatiya Janata Party is that he has been reduced to less than 50 in the Lok Sabha, and it looks like the future awaits in a single digit for the Congress party in 2024.
Ms. Smriti Irani, many in the Congress party say that if he is attending a friend's wedding, it's not an illegal activity that he's participated in. Friends and family and their weddings are part of India's culture. Would you want to respond to that explanation coming in from the Congress party?
No, I think they're right. I mean, it is his personal choice if he is attending a wedding in a club. That is not something that I should reflect on. It is his choice if he wants to party, if he wants to be out of the country. In fact, it is a choice that he has exhibited often. So it is not as if the country has been taken aback in surprise. I, in fact, as a Bharatiya Janata Party worker, am extremely proud of the fact that our Prime Minister now is going to be 8 years in office and has worked incessantly on issues of good governance and never taken a day off. I think that is a difference. When you look at politics from a position of power, you somehow want a break. But when you look at it as a purpose of service, I think that is when you are forever in the service of people and you don't need a day off.
Ms. Smriti Irani,
अपनी पार्टी का बैंड बजा दिया है, आज वो किसी बैंड की धुन पर अगर नाच रहा हो तो वो उनका अपना अधिकार है.
Smriti Irani ji, many in the Congress say that, BJP has deliberately polarized the country by bringing up issues of hijab, halal, Gyanvyapi Masjid, all of these issues, loudspeakers that are coming up, azan and loudspeaker, and the result of all of this is the communal clashes that we see in various parts of the country. How do you respond to that charge that comes from the opposition, especially the Congress party?
The Congress party has reduced itself, Navika ji, Congress party has reduced itself to a political crybaby. If there was a modicum of interest that the people of this country had shown in the Congress party and its proclamations, they wouldn't need a Prashant Kishore as a crutch. This is a party in disarray, a sinking ship. For them to say that my political entity and that of my organization is reduced to a loudspeaker is ridiculous. The fact that 90% of the adult population in India today is vaccinated happened under the aegis of this very government and the Prime Minister. The fact that 80 crore people received ration for 25 months free of cost did not happen under a Congress government but under this Prime Minister, Narendra Modi. The fact that your economy is recovering back faster than many world economies has happened not under the Congress regime but under Narendra Modi's government. So while the Congress party can cry itself over hoarse on fake issues, the people's issues and the people's needs are being met by the Bharatiya Janata Party, and that's why we have seen decisive electoral political victories.
Is the price rise issue, is soaring inflation a fake issue? Smriti Irani?
Today, if you're talking about the clashes in the state of Rajasthan, Navika ji, today if you're talking about the clashes in the state of Rajasthan, who is responsible for law and order in the state of Rajasthan? And why is it that those people who are supposedly the puppet masters of the Congress party and organization are quiet?
No, but I'm asking you the counter question. Do you think rising fuel prices, rising inflation is a fake issue?
Absolutely not. The Prime Minister himself has led from the front and appealed to every Chief Minister in the country that the Bharatiya Janata Party governed states have reduced VAT. Please do so in your own state so that the common citizen is not burdened. That today those who call GST the Gabbar Singh tax have no response when there has been a historic rise in GST collections speaks volumes about the people's participation and support for government programs and projects, including GST. So how is it that Rahul Gandhi claims that there is a challenge with regards to GST and the GST collections are overwhelming, in fact, historic to boot?
While there is...
the fact that the GST collection rises, what is it an indication of? Rising economic activity.
Dues haven't been paid. They say that dues haven't been paid, and till the dues are paid, they can't reduce value-added tax on petrol and diesel.
That is why I'm saying, Navika ji, they say that dues have not been paid, but if I give an example, let's say of my own department, if I, let's say, give an example of the government as a whole, when we take on the burden of free vaccination, when we take on the burden of ensuring that ration is given 25 months free of cost, when we take on the responsibility of ensuring that 10 crore farmers receive 6,000 rupees a year into their bank accounts, have you ever seen Narendra Modi get exasperated and throw up his hands and say, oh, I'm sorry, there's a pandemic, I can't do enough? That has never happened. The Prime Minister has led from the front and found solutions expeditiously for people. So why is it that state governments which are non-BJP run away from their responsibilities and are not fiscally prudent to deliver on the promises to people? Let's say the district of Wayanad, in the very state I'm sitting in right now, is it that there is a government in place only today? Why is it that out of 1.9 lakh families in this district, 1.35 lakh families do not have a water connection? Are these systemic problems just erupting today when Smriti Irani visits Wayanad? No. These are historical challenges. Why haven't they been met with a solution? Was money not adequately provided for water connections? It has been. As the Prime Minister said in Germany recently, अब कोई प्रधानमंत्री नहीं कह सकता कि 1 रुपया भेजा था दिल्ली से 15 पैसा पहुंचा है नीचे.
Smriti Irani, just a short while ago you said Congress needs a crutch like Prashant Kishore. May I remind you the BJP has also used strategist Prashant Kishore in their own time in 2013.
Prashant Kishore has never told us how our legacies. I am sorry. I am a witness to this. Prashant Kishore never had to tell us how our leadership will evolve. Prashant Kishore never engaged with the BJP when we were a sunken ship. Please do not take away from the hard work of BJP Karyakartas and I think the contribution and capacity of the BJP leadership. There is a publicly stated position by Congress leadership that they are in the doldrums, and that is why they sat through a presentation. There is an acceptance of that Congress degraded position today by even Prashant Kishore on your very channel. BJP was never in such an abysmal state.
Ms. Smriti Irani, is the
He was asked to rescue the Gandhi family.
Ms. Smriti Irani, is the BJP now looking to
was never in need of
increase its
rescue.
vote share in Kerala, given the fact that even though in the last few elections your vote share is just about creeping up, you've never had too much success as far as state or Lok Sabha polls.
We had never won Amethi, Navika. We had never won Amethi with such a decisive margin. In the last assembly election in Amethi, out of 5 assembly seats, the Congress lost deposits on 4 seats when the brother and sister descended on Amethi together. I say never say never. BJP never had a Zilla Panchayat chairman in Amethi. Today we have one. The Congress lost the MLC seat from Amethi as well. So never say never.
So Smriti
The
Irani,
district president
should
lost
Rahul
his
Gandhi
deposits,
now
the brother
worry?
and sister, each seat
Are
they
you
visited,
already
they lost their
announcing?
deposit.
Are you already announcing and warning him that 2024?
Oh, I am not Rahul Gandhi. I am not Rahul Gandhi. I don't run from Amethi.
Okay, so Wayanad is not on your list as of now? As
Who
a
fights from
constituency?
where is the BJP? BJP parliamentary board decides. BJP parliamentary board decides. I am extremely proud that I could come here today as the MP of Amethi to give the people our greetings. And it is ironical that I came from Amethi to Wayanad and somebody took a trip from Kerala to Kathmandu.
Do you think
That
people are
possibly
extra
is
harsh
providence.
on Rahul Gandhi when he's just gone for a friend's wedding to Kathmandu?
I, Navika ji, do not have a position as to where he is going, what he is doing and why he is doing it. For me, politically, he is not an entity of interest. And I'm sure neither is he an entity of interest for millions of Indians who did not vote for the Congress party. I am in fact happy that the Congress retains him. For in that disaster, there are many political careers that will flourish.
Well, Smriti Irani, now that was a real attack without attacking. Thank you very much, Smriti Irani, at your incisive best, joining me from Wayanad. Always a pleasure to speak with you. Thank you for being with me on the NewsHour tonight.
Thank you.